Assembling the U brackets together. And finishing my copy off because that was gone cold. So I glued one of them. Right, we cleaned it up a bit, and I'm using my plastic to stick the ring on the bottom. That's just a guide to help me to align it on the concentric, otherwise I might get it too far one way, too far the other way, you know what I mean. Instead of having to measure it, because I've got to glue these in place, you see. And it would be a bad day for me if I glued it in the wrong position and I had to pull it off and realign it. So this ring is exactly the right diameter of the concentric, so when I put that on it should, in theory, line up. So I've got to do the other two. So, yeah, this plastic's going a bit thick, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dilute it a bit. Look how thick it is. Take the plunger out. Oops. It's the acetone that's drying out. So, squirt a bit more acetone in here. Right. Right, I'll wait till it runs back down at this end, otherwise I might ooze out the needle. Right, hopefully that's... Alright, I should be able to push it in now. It's a lot easier to move it. I mean, Ken suggested that I made a cap to go on here. I didn't really explain myself very well to him, but the problem is when I pull it, you see, you can't super glue anything to this nylon stuff, right? And I'm constantly pushing and pulling, and if I put a cap over the end of here, I'd pull it off all the time. It just keep coming off, and it would drive me up the wall. So, I've got some. I need to take the needle out, the pin out. I don't want to squirt this across the room, so I'm going to stick the tissue over the end. Oops. I still have... I think I'm going to take the needle off a minute. That's better. Right. I've got some more plastic in this tube ready to go in when it runs out. I better fill this up again. Oh, damn it, my bottle's empty. Oh no. Shit. Sorry, excuse my language. I'm just going to go fill my bottle up. Give me a minute. I might as well show you my big syringe. This is my big one. This is the one that I get out of the big... It takes 100 millilitres. This bugger does. And I use this to get it out the big container to fill up my little bottle. It's hard to push it as well. It's the rubber, friction on the rubber. I think I had a bit of petrol in there. Oops! No, it's not going to matter. I'm just getting all of it out. Right. Might as well fill this up while I'm at it. So yeah, that's the big one. This is that's the little one. Now I'm going to stick this back in the filing cabinet out of the way. Oh yeah, those rubber plungers on them big ones. The acetone makes the rubber expand to the point where you can't move the damn thing, it seizes upon you. So what I have to do is pull the plunger out and leave it in the free air to dry out. Otherwise the rubber just gets to the point where you can't pull it or push it anymore. Yeah, lesson learned. Yeah, it was something that happened a while ago. I left it in there with some acetone vapor, and the rubber just expanded like a big well, I'm not going to say because it's a bit rude, but basically you know what I mean. Anyway, I think Johnny's the word. Anyway, so now I just pull the plunger out and leave it so that the air can get in and dry it out, so that its rubber can shrink back to its normal size. Oh god, it sounds disgusting, that does. Oh dear me, sorry about that. Oh dear, the AI is going to be going crazy over this video. It's going to think all sorts of nonsense. What the hell am I talking about? I did advertise on my YouTube. I did put it on YouTube that my channel is not suitable for, not for children. So I mean, they can't exactly moan. We all need a bit of sense of humour in the crazy times that we live. So what I've got to do is I've got to stick plastic around here. Well, that's better, much runnier. Oh, by the way, the steel is nice and flat, which is really good news. You're thinking, why don't I put it on that end? Well, it's easy to put it on the top and then run it in with a bit of acetone afterwards. Also, it makes a mess if I do it on the bottom half, it goes everywhere. And that metal is not going to fall out now. Now I have to pull it back again, otherwise it oozes everywhere. Put this on here, like this, press down. I'll just put the needle back in a minute. Should pick it up, there we go. Is it flush? Yeah. And I'll put a bit of acetone on the bottom, yeah, just to put that on there, press it all flat. I'm using a hard disk platter to make sure I've got a nice flat surface. Bit of acetone on there. This will be one. We are one. One with the universe. And I decided to print this cap later. It was a later addition to my model, because I was thinking, well, how do I get this exactly in the middle? It's going to be a pain to measure that and line it up. And I decided to do this way, because it's like a jig, but it's a built-in jig, and it's going to work great, I think. So now I'm going to get it up here and stick it on the printer bed while it dries. Oops, I pushed it off now. I've got to, actually I'll leave that for a minute or two while it dries a bit, because if I lift it up now it's going to move. Actually I've got another disc actually, so I'll leave it on the disc. I'll go and grab another disc. Problem solved. I don't have to wait for that other one to dry. And this one to do now. And then we're all done, because the other one, I did the first one earlier. Oops, oh, I've got flipping tissue on my bit of wire now. Sometimes you've got to clean your wire. Why do I keep saying things that sound disgusting? I'm not that kind of a person, honest, I aren't. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not even interested in the X, if you know what I mean. Probably something to do with the hormones. But, yeah. Right, so let me just glue this one. It's just my sense of humour. I suppose I make up for the fact that I don't get it by making jokes about it. I did get it once, that's why I've got 2 kids. But yeah, long story. Right, just position this, which way around are we? That way. Put this in the middle. It's not all the way through, but it should sink in. I'll just put the wire back in before we ooze everywhere. Right, this is not gone all the way down yet. I'm going to get this over that. Oh shit, I nearly said it again. I'm going to get this over the lip. Oh no, I have said it. Ah! Right. This one's a tight one. Once that acetone plastic soaks into this plastic, it'll soften it. It won't slip off like that anymore. Anyway, it'll be one with the universe. Right. So, right, that's flush now. Put it down. Press down. Some acetone. Right, that's great, because that's perfectly flat on this disc, and that's perfectly flat, so we should have no misalignment. Oh my god, my cotton wool's gone rock hard. Not rock hard, but it's hard enough. Just strip that away now, that's had it. It's saturated with plastic. It's time for some more hand cream, after using this stuff. I'm glad that's the end of that, mind you. These have to be glued on. Oh yeah, today I went and bought a new tube of my yeah, I thought I need that because this one has nearly run out. There's not much left in it, and I thought, well, I don't want to be running out halfway through an assembly. That would be embarrassing if I was making a live stream and I was assembling it all and I ran out of glue. So let me just go and get the stator. We'll just check the alignment on this as well. I could stick it on now, I suppose. So it's important I don't get these on the wrong way around as well. There's my stator, and it's flat, nice and flat, and the cores go in here. Well, look at that, it almost, yeah, it's going to need gluing in position, I think. It's a bit loose. There's my cores. So my cores going like this. Probably want them the other way up because that's the flattest side, that. So I'll turn it upside down. I'll probably glue them in, probably. I might not need to do that. I just don't. There's a rubber liner. I put rubber lining in there so they don't vibrate and make a noise. Because these things can jump around and vibrate if you don't have rubber damper. So this is what I've got this. Turn my camera around a bit more. I've got this self-amalgamating rubber, which, oh god, here we go again, talking about bloody things like rubber and things. So right, I know that there's one or two of you that like the sarcastic sort of sense of humour, but yeah, right. So these go in there. These will come flush because I'm going to be using these ceramic. Oh, where the hell have they gone? Oh, so I'm going to be putting a ceramic magnet on the back there. That's to help overcome. That's to give us that slight amount. It just helps to on the coupling. You know, really brings this a bit higher up. But I'm not going to stick them on yet because the main magnet disc is passing over there anyway. But these things go on the back. Oops! I'm falling out. Look. See, I told you I need to glue them in. I might as well take that one out as well because there's no point in leaving them in for now because they have to be glued in later. So this one's still setting, so I can't exactly use that one because I've just this minute set that in on the. So, oh, that's loose anyway. I'm going to stick this over on the printed bed and get the one that's already drying. This one's dried almost. And these go on like that. I'll just move this one out of the way as well. Just trying to, oh, that's stuck down. Hang on, this one's stuck down. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. The camera's facing away from me, so. It'll dry quick if it's not on this disc, because yeah, she's got some scars now. Oops. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squirt that with acetone again, because I'm going to, yeah, I've got I'll leave that on the printer bed. It'll dry there. So I'll move my glue out of the way. I don't know if I need that. I want to use the other glue, the wheat glue, because these have got to be positioned exactly right. Otherwise they won't line up with the segments as the segment passes through here. The other segments, the big ones, as it passes. Oh my God, that's bloody close. What the hell? Oh, of course, this was this is the different thickness. This one, yes, the concentrics on the actual rotor disc pass through here. So, if I'm 2 or 3 millimeters out of alignment, it's going to crash into that, which is not going to be a good day. So, and that's going to be lined up basically like that. So let me just go and get. Let me just get the magnet disc. Actually, no, I'm not going to get it off the fridge. I'm going to measure it. I'm going to check the spacing right, because I'm worried about. Should be all right. As long as I've got 25.3, yeah, we're good. We're good. I measured the segments that are on the disc, and yeah, that is how much clearance we have. Well, I'm not going to have to change my caliper setting. That's good. That other segment is a lot thicker than the ones I'm using, so dare I stick this in place? Well, I've got to stick it in place at some point. I am going to hopefully get this in the right position, because it should be like that. I need the central axis, so I'll get my ruler. I'm looking at the holes opposite. If I line that up with the holes, we should be bang on. You can't see, well, you know these holes here. Let's see, can you see what I'm looking at? Right, so these two holes, if I put the ruler in a straight line across them holes there, I want to be exactly on that line like that. Maybe it would help if I draw a line around that. So when I do glue it, I don't have to fart about trying to position it. I just draw a line. Right, is that lined up right? Oh, I'd say that's great. That's super duper. I've got that bang on. It's just the axis, this axis. It's got to be right. It's got to be exactly right. Alright, so I think I can do this without a lot of hassle actually. let me get the used tube of glue and I'll stick this on because I can put the magnets in later. The magnets are going to put. I'm going to put the magnets in and the cores in, and the cores are going to sit against this thing anyway. So I'll just clean this side up, make sure there's nothing sticking up. This is still drying. This is probably the trickiest part, really. You know, it'd be funny if because of shrinkage and everything, I put all this together and these things didn't line up. It would be just sod's law. Mind you, in theory, I thought about that. I mean, I thought about that theoretically with it shrinking, but the actual rotor itself should have shrunk as well, so it should be about equal. But what I'm going to do is tack them in place with glue so that I can easily get them off. So I don't want to go crazy with glue. Not crazy glue. I'm thinking about crazy glue for some reason now. I don't want to go absolutely bonkers with it, because if I have got them in the wrong position, it's going to be a bad day for me. Because if I just make it just barely attached, then it means I can just stick my knife underneath and remove it, you see. So what was it? Put a bit, oops, oh look at that, it just oozed out on me. I didn't want all that. Put it upside down a minute. This is what happens, you see. You plan something, right, and things just do not go according to plan. I said well, let's just spread it out a bit. Well, this glue doesn't stick very as strong as that ABS. When you acetone or plastic and stick it together, that's permanent. You never get it off ever. Well, unless you use a knife or a hacksaw or something like that. But this, you can soak it with alcohol and it will melt. So stick that on. Where's my ruler gone? Let's get it lined up with that hole. I think we're good there. Oops, I moved it. I'm lining this ruler edge up with two of the pins because I know they're directly in line. That looks right. Okay, that's one stuck in position. It's not quite right because I can see my blue lines a bit off, so I'm just sliding it. This is a good thing about this Yoo-hoo glue. It doesn't set too quick and it slides, so you can. Super glue is too fast. You can't. Once you've stuck that down with that, you can't move it anymore. You're screwed basically. Yeah, that looks good. I think I've got that lined up. Wouldn't it be great if I'd got this upside down? You know what I mean, with that at that end, and that wouldn't be good because it's curved. You see, it's got a curvature on it. So I think I got that right. So we've got one out. Now let's do the next one. Well, this one was the second one I did, so that's loose. Let's sort that one out now. Let's check. You know, somebody that posted a comment a few weeks ago, or months ago actually, a couple of months now, on YouTube. Somebody said, how come there aren't more YouTube videos like this on YouTube? And I'm thinking, good question. Good question. Is it because most of them are fake? I don't know. Is it because most people just don't do a show and tell, or they just don't give you the how to and all that. They just show you what the end product, and then there's no wonder that the speculation is that most people come across these things and say, oh, it's fake, because they haven't seen the build process, and there's too many unknowns, there's too many secrets, and I don't believe in that. If you're going to build something, you've got to build it on YouTube. Show people how to build it. Like, I remember the days of Blue Peter. I mean, I don't know if you're probably an American, you probably don't know what that is. Blue Peter was a British children's program that used to be on in the 1970s, and I think it went on to the 80s as well, but I remember it from the 1970s, and they used to make everything out of cardboard, just about, and they used to scissors, glue and everything, and they used to make paper, all sorts of things, and they used to make other things as well, out of toilet containers, plastic rolls, paper rolls, you know. And it used to be really interesting because they used to show you that every single step, the middle, what you begin with, the materials you start off with. They used to show how to stick it all together and everything, and then they showed you the final product. And they used to make, mostly it was Christmas things. They used to make a lot of Christmas things, and that was a really good show. That was really good. I mean, so when I see YouTube videos that don't do that, I'm disappointed every single time. Every single time I see a YouTube video that just shows you something that they're testing and they never showed you how they built it, I think, well, what's the point? I'd waste the time. Trying to get it lined up here again. I think I'm lined up right. We'll find out when I've drawn my line. If my line, oops, I moved, slipped. If my line isn't exactly around that rim, no it's not. It was a bit to, right, I know where to put it then. I need to be a bit to the left, so that's fine. The line's okay, it's just that it's a bit off centre, so I know where to move it now to compensate for that. So I'll get my Uzi Yoo-hoo, which is nearly run out. Let's hope we don't get too much. Actually, I'm not bothered. These are easy to get off the alcohol. If I need to do it's upside down a minute while I spread that around. The thinner the coat, the better, really, because it won't put this on here. I want to be like that. I'm a bit off, twist a bit this way. That's bang on, hopefully. I'm hoping it is. Fingers crossed. Yeah, as I say, I got this blue line here slightly. I wasn't quite lining it when I did it, but I think I've got it bang on now, because I've got also check by looking down from the top to see how much of an overhang there is on the rubber, amalgamated rubber that's going around. I can see that that's lined up. I can also see from the inside as well where the coupling is. So, as I say, I'm not going to put the magnets in till later, because the magnets will stay in place better with these coupling things on, because the magnets will be drawn in and pulled in, because otherwise I have to glue them in, otherwise, you see, because I think that's a bit off alignment just a bit, but it's alright. I can still move it a bit. Yeah, right, let me just check that one's still lined up, because you see this glue takes so long to dry, you can still move it around, which is a good thing. Right, well, lined up. Let's check that one. Yeah, that's lined up. Now I've got the last one to do, and that was the sloppy one. So actually, probably can't get it off the printer bed now because I put all that acetone on it. Oops. Hang on. Oh yeah, I've got it. I got it. Alright, problem. The acetone is going to make this permanent on there, so I'm going to have to let this side dry a minute before I glue it on, because it's still sticky. It's flat. So I'm just going to leave this there a minute or two before I stick this one on, because that's still, yeah, the acetone might permanently attach it, and the magnets will be drawn in by the metal and they won't drop out once I put this in. So because of concentrics, I suppose I could put these in. Might if I glue them in while I'm at it. Yeah, while I'm waiting for that acetone to vapor. I'll stick that to one side a minute. So we can see the metal plate that it couples to. Somebody probably would have said, well, why didn't you use a steel washer, the round? Well, yeah, I thought about that, but there's nothing to stop me from putting a steel washer like that in like that. Yeah, which is, I can do that anytime really. I'm only going to glue these in lightly, so they're not going to be permanent. I'll be able to remove them. I could have just wrapped sellotape around them like I normally do, but yeah, we'll just use some of this mild blue. Incidentally, the rubber that's in the middle has got that shiny plastic, so this glue won't even stick to that very well, so it'll probably it probably won't stick very well permanently anyway, so because it's shiny glue, I mean it's shiny backing tape. I just don't want them rattling about, that's all. Right, I've got that one in. I wanted them set back a bit so that I could have room to put my ceramic washers on like that. Let's do more while I'm at it. Right, they're all in. Why has that one gone further down than them two? They're all the same thickness. That's weird. That's weird. That doesn't make sense. Oh! I haven't put the thing on yet, have I? That's why. Alright, I'll push it back a bit. Right. Yeah, that's why I needed the other thing on there. It's going to come on there now anyway, so... Right, it's time to position this one now. Right, so you see this steel plate couples to both of these really. So, oh yeah, I've just put my glue away. Oops. Oh shit. All of my screwdriver. Get this lined up. Yeah, I think we're lined up. It's all on my finger now. Just double check we're still lined up, because this thing can move. Yeah, we're still lined up. Drop that on the floor a minute. You know, I can take them rubber bands off now. I've been on them for ages, I don't even need them right now, do I? Feels weird when you're trying to line things up and something feels different. It's the rubber bands. They were only there to hold this thing together while I glued in, because I glued them in as well. I hope to God they're in the right place, because I really, well, yeah, it'll be alright. I'll get them off if I need to do. See, if these are glued in the wrong place, all I have to do is pour some alcohol in the top end of here, and it'll soak through, and that plate at the bottom will pop off. And the alcohol doesn't touch ABS, or it won't melt it, it won't damage it. So it will melt that glue though, this mild glue, and then I can just pop them up and reposition them. So fingers crossed, they should be lined up right, because that's according to SketchUp model. These things will be bang on aligned. Checking them all, just in case something moved. That's good. Well, the only way to check this, I think, you know, I think I'm going to do. I'm going to get the rotor and see if it lines up. Okay. We'll soon find out if this thing lines up. I'm going to look for the hole. Oh, that hole's too big. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Put that at the bottom. I'm right on the edge of the table here. I don't have room. Oops. That's going to fall off in a minute. Keep pushing on it. So, how are we? Are we in the middle? It's hard to tell. The only way I'm going to find out is when I put this thing together, because we're talking about 2 or 3 millimeters clearance. Let me just lower the legs so you can see what I'm looking at, because you won't be able to see properly. Alright, lower the legs on this stand. Right, so you're basically at table level now. So trying to position you see, it's got to be close, otherwise we don't get a very good coupling. But let me just rotate this and see if it fouls up anywhere. You know what? I might be knocking these out of position if I'm not careful. That's the only thing that could go wrong, is if I don't get these things perfectly lined up. Oh, by the way, this thing's going to sit a lot lower than what it will do, because they actually sit a little bit higher like that. So when it's on the rotor, that disc at the bottom will have a gap about like that high, about a millimetre, 2 millimetres. So it's difficult to show you, but I think we've got clearance all the way around. Can't tell. We should be good. We should be good. We'll know when we put this thing together. I can't do that now, because we've got to wait for all this glue to dry. Probably Wednesday, or probably Wednesday when I put this thing together properly. Let me just check out, knock these things out of position. There's my ruler again. So basically I'm lining up to these middle pins, and I'm using the ruler to go right across to those 2 holes opposite, which are right in the middle. And if that's directly parallel to them holes, then we should be good. Yeah, I think we're good. It's not moved, so and yeah, guess what, I can't stick this to the fridge anymore because of them things now. So I can't clamp this onto the fridge anymore, so now it's freestanding for good. I can stand it on the table like that though, something like that. Yeah, it can rest on those things, I suppose. Like that. So yeah. Oh, by the way, the ribs I did on the hang on a minute, I'm going to move you again. The spokes I added to this segment wheel, they have tightened up a bit. If you look, they're a little bit. So, oh, that one's comes loose actually. Oh shit! I'm going to move that. That one's broken loose. They are a bit flatter than they were. That was broken loose as well. My fault. I acetoned it again, you see. It moved. So I'm going to have to cut that off and reset it because it's Kong or a bit cocker. So anyway, the thing is I can use my knife and just slice that off. Damn it. Always something. It's kind of slipped. Well, the only struts, there we go, I've broken it off. Anyway, I'm just going to trim a bit off it anyway. Just to give it a bit of back support. And I'm going to cheat a bit. That's not working. I need my sharp knife. Stick it back in place with acetone. So these late additions, these spokes, are only there just, damn it, only there just to give it a little bit, to push a little bit on the outside to stop it from warping a bit, but the most of it's done by these big blocks anyway. Right, so I'll just stick that in position again. Come on. Acetone. It's blocked now. There we go. Right, that should stick back together again. I could have super glued it, but this will work just as good. Right, that's on. Well, not these spokes anyway. They're not going to do a lot. Just thought it looked better if I put them on. That was bugger it, they're alright. Anyway, so I don't want to get acetone on this again because it's nice and flat, and I don't want to risk warping it. Oh, I've got some plastic bag stuck to it here. It's definitely a lot harder than it was. A lot solider, more solid. So what are we going to do now? I don't know really. Obviously I've got to let that let all that dry for a couple of days. Well, so that's why I'm saying Wednesday we should be able to start putting it together again. And you're probably thinking, well, what's the ball bearing? What's the hole for? I've already said, haven't I, ball bearing. It's in case you want to put a ball bearing in there. I think these are too big though. Oh yeah, I've got some more ones somewhere kicking about. But it's just in case you want a ball bearing in there. But I'm actually sticking ceramics on here. I'm not going to bother with a ball bearing. So, oh yeah, I could stick the ceramics on. Why not? They have to go on there anyway. I'll use the weak glue again. Oh, you're too low now, you can't see what I'm doing. Hang on, I'll just lift this up. Oh, that's better. I'll stick some glue on the back of here. Come on, don't say you're empty. I have got another tube I've just bought today, so. We'll get you nice and centered. Oh, I'm oozing. Get another ceramic quick. Oh. Oh, just in time. I'm still losing. Get another ceramic. Right, I'll get the cap on. Oh, I'm still losing out the bloody thing. This is the trouble with this stuff, it oozes all. Everything oozes. It's the heat from your hand makes the glue in the tube on the air in the tube expand, and then that's what makes it squirt out. Right, let's get these in the middle. They won't do a damn thing until about the magnets in, obviously, but so anyone that's missed it, I did talk about this previously, but the magnets basically invert equal opposite reactions into equal actions and opposite reactions and all that shit, you know. So I haven't got all the rest of the magnets are stuck in the fridge right now. I'll just grab a few anyway. Ouch! Well, this is becoming an assembly video live stream, isn't it? I've got a few of my magnets which are going the concentrics. Now, the way it works is they're alternated. So hang on. Those were a bit tight. There you go. I'm trying not to knock. Trying to knock this. Don't want to knock that out of position. You see. Right, opposite. We roll it. You basically roll it around like that to the opposite. Roll it. And they also pull themselves in instead of pushing themselves out. Oh, I've done that before. I'll put them in sort of while pushing against each other, and the magnets just fly out and hit you in the face. It's kind of painful. Oh. Oops, I want God, these are pretty strong. Hard to get out. Oops. Roll you around. There we go. One's done. So when we bias that now, I hope it hasn't moved. So when I bias that now, it'll be just the same as the other ones I've used before. It should get a deflection, and at this end I should feel pulling more than pushing. Yeah, I'm feeling pulling here. Look. Ouch! It's pulling on this end. And oh, I've got this wrong. Yeah, there we go. It's pushing now. Look. So magnets on this end are pulling, but it's pushing on the other side. So it inverts the forces. Pull that back in. There we go. Oh, so I want to do the others while I'm at it. Might as well. That should be stuck in place now. I'm just going to make sure I haven't knocked it. Looks alright. Fingers crossed. If you wonder what I'm doing here now, I want the field that's on that magnet that's going along this piece of wire to be the opposite field on this bit. This is my screening, the copper steel. Actually, it's steel welding wire, copper coated welding wire. So I want to make sure that field is sort of cancelled out as it goes around here, so it blocks instead of amplifying it. I don't want a strong south field on here, and you know what I mean. So actually I put that on the wrong side, and oh, it doesn't matter because it's going to be, that'll be north, south, north. It'll be the same anyway on that end. So yeah, I'm good. Oh, oops. Let's see. That's right way around. So that's where's my thingy? It's not magnetic, right? So this bit of copper, this why do you keep calling it copper? It's welding rod with copper coated. The magnet next to it there, the magnet next to that one on that end. It's not magnetic. Well, a little bit, maybe a little bit, not much. I'm trying to get these magnets off this stack. It's really struggle. Roll. Okay, I've run out of magnets. I need. I've only got what these. I'm gonna have to go get some more off the fridge. If I put these on the chair a minute, if I hold them in my hand and start turning this, it's going to fly. Oh, that's happened before. Right. I'm just going to get that opposite to that one. Let me just check this in a minute. I'm rolling it like this around, and then It's the safest way of doing it, otherwise if you put it in the wrong way around and one's loose, it can fly out and hit you. I tell you, I wish it was this easy. When I did it on this, when I originally made the concentrics using fiberglass resin with magnetite, because trust me, those things are brittle, and if you don't get the size exactly right, you can't get them in, and if you force them in, I'm all about these. These are made out of fiberglass resin with black magnetite, and these are extremely brittle, and I had to tighten them up by sticking double-sided tape on the magnets and push them in that way, because if they were too tight and you pushed them in, they would just crack the case, or if they were too loose, well, obviously they wouldn't stay in. Well, they would stay in until you put a magnet in the wrong way around. Right, all that's done. Okay, that's done. So, well, that all done. Oh, that's not centered right. It's moved. I can. The good thing about this glue is you can move it by pushing it up too far. It takes ages to dry. I think that magnet got cracked. Actually, I broke it, and I super glued it back together. This magnet, and it's got a crack in it. It'll be fine. Might as well glue the ones that are cracked in place for good, and I don't have to worry about breaking them again. Okay, right. God, this is getting heavy now. Oh, there's all the magnets in there. Where's a ton? Jesus. I won't believe how heavy that is now. I'd say it's about 500 grams. Ugh. And obviously there's my x-ray photo from SketchUp. So, well, obviously we didn't include all the ferrites and all the magnets. They weren't in there, they were just holes. Okay, so I think we should be good. All the way around. Huh. Have I got one wrong here? What the hell? What the hell's going on here? Oops. What? You know, I screwed up. How did I do that? I screwed up. What have I done? That's right. That's right. Wrong. Right. That's right. That's wrong. How the hell did I manage to do that? They should have flown out and hit me in the face. Oh no. How do I get that out now? Hang on. Where's my hook? I don't believe this. Oh, it's just that one that's wrong. So hang on a minute. It's just that one that's wrong. Shit, I don't believe this. How did I get that in wrong? I can't believe I did that. Can't get my hook in now. Where's my long hook? This is why I check things, because you can screw up. I'm going to have to push it. I'm going to have to get that one's. I'm going to have to get it from the bottom. I'm going to have to take this off. Luckily, it's not stuck permanently. I can twist it off. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. I told you they're not stuck very good. I've got to glue that back on again now. So that one. That one's wrong. What the hell? How did I do that? That's going to fly out in a minute. I don't believe it. Oops. Alright, now it's right. Oops. Right, check them all. You see, I screw up sometimes and I don't know how I do it. How do I screw up? They're all right, except there was just one that was wrong. So anyway, now I've got to stick that thing back on again. Get off! Right, hang on. I've just picked up a load of washers. Blooming stowaways! Another stowaway. Get off! Right. This is what happens when you put the magnets in, you have problems. Right, so now I've got to... Oh, don't know. I'm going to have to put some more glue on there. Oh, dear me. It's still a bit tacky, but it might not stick. Now, I want to slide it around to position it, so I'm going to have to put more glue on. Come on. I bet this one's empty now. You know what? I bet you it's empty now. Oh, there's a bit in. Still a bit in there. Right. Oh, where's the other pricker gone? Where's it? Oh, here you are. Right, get this right lined up. Oops, the magnets are pulling it down now, look. See that? I've got to get it lined up quick before it sets, because that other glue that dried earlier is going to make it dry quicker, so that's not lined up. This magnet's holding it as well. I think we're almost there, just line it up with the edge. Yeah, that's lined up. Put the, oh no! Flipping glue's coming out. Look at that, I've got a big puddle of glue there. You should have told me. Just joking. Good thing I bought another one. I've got a puddle of glue. Oh, actually it's landed on some... Oh, look at that! It landed on some sellotape. Ain't that lucky? So my luck's changed. I've got some glue on some sellotape here. What can I use it on? Nothing. Everything's glued up now, so... Well, looks like it's destined for the rubbish bin, because... Oh, now it's... The sellotape bends around and sticks on my finger. Get off! Right, so... I think that's lined up. Better be. Otherwise I'll eat in the hat. Oh, I've just remembered I already ate the hat. I don't have a hat. I stopped buying them because I kept eating them all the time. Yeah, I'm just trying to get this. If you look at this rubber's causing me a headache. It's this amalgamated rubber. It's kind of curled up a bit, but I can see the edge of that thing, and I'm just pushing on it to back it out a bit because it's too far on the edge. That's better. So look at that one. That's perfect. That one's perfect. Just this one, it's got a bit of plastic sticking out on there. Push it a bit more. Right, I should be lined up now. I'll just check that again with my ruler. I'm talking about a fraction of a millimetre out of alignment, and this thing's going to catch. Yeah, that's good. Okay, right, so, magnets again. So I'm going to leave this now to dry for a few days. I'll stick it on the printer bed while it dries, because there's nothing magnetic that's going to grab it. So I've got to leave that for until Wednesday, when we can start putting it together, and keep my fingers crossed, or you can keep your fingers crossed that we've got it lined up right. Right, what else is there? Not a lot. I can't do anything else now until Wednesday. The main part, the tricky part, was that thing, so I can just hope that we didn't have sufficient shrinkage in some strange places that are gonna. I'm just cleaning up my discs, by the way. That's all I'm doing. You're not missing out. So I'm going to be having a sleepless night now, worrying that I've glued it in the wrong position, and it's going to keep me up all night. And then I'm going to end up getting out of bed and thinking, oh, let's put it together on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Well, no, I'm definitely going to wait. You know why? Well, even though that's the stator, the stator does not spin around, but there's the risk that if that's in the wrong position, that something could crash into it. And I'm talking about the segments. If these things are flying around at say 100 RPM or 500 RPM or 1000 RPM, and they crash into them things, there's going to be plastic and magnets flying across the room, and that's not going to be a pretty sight. So just keep our fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I did avert starvation, by the way. I managed to. My neighbour gave me some liver and some bacon and some on Saturday, was it? Yeah. And today I got some money, so I went shopping. It's true what they say, inventors never have any money. We never have any money because we're always spending money on flipping things that we shouldn't really, but like hobbies and things that we're not supposed to have really. Well, the future, you probably won't be supposed to have hobbies either. I don't know what's going on, but the world's gone mad. But it's like the path is paved for us by certain people who seem to be destined to provide the technology that we're allowed to have, and anybody that steps on that path that says, hey, I've got a good idea, I've got an invention, and nobody seems to want to know, and they push you aside and basically make your life a misery. This is what happens with people like Einstein, was it? Or was it? Yeah, Einstein, and there was, I know I mentioned it before, well, what's his name? William Priest Green. He was destined to become a pauper from the moment he started to try to invent colour film or whatever, or motion pictures or whatever. He basically ended up dying a broken man, or physically broke. And obviously there's others. There's Edison, but then there's a few of them had fights. I don't think there's an inventor in the whole planet who's ever made it rich right from day one, really. Apart from certain, yeah, you know the story anyway. You don't need me to tell you it. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.